for 1 minute.
I thank the Speaker, and I thank the gentlelady from Florida. Mr. Speaker, today the House will vote on the bipartisan U.S.-Israel Enhanced Security Cooperation Act. This bill reaffirms Israel's right to defend itself against threats and puts the Congress on record about America's long-standing commitment to the U.S.-Israel strategic relationship, a unique and special relationship founded on shared interests and shared democratic values. My friend Democratic Whip Steny Hoyer and I introduced this legislation to ensure that during a time of such instability, threats to Israeli and American security will be answered with strength and resolve. Unfortunately, even during periods of calm, Israel lives in a tough neighborhood. And because our national interests are so often linked, Israel is often at the front lines of responding to threats to both of our security. This is true when it comes to a shared fight against radical Islamist terrorism, and is certainly true when it comes to Iran. This bill reiterates that our investment in Israel's security is an investment in our own security. I want to thank Mr. Hoyer, as well as Chairman Ross Leighton and Ranking Member Howard Berman, who joined us in drafting this legislation. I thank them for their hard work and for their steadfast leadership as defenders of our great ally in the Middle East. The strong bipartisan support for this bill speaks to the importance and the urgency with which we must address and enhance Israel's ability to defend itself during a period of profound transition and instability. Mr. Speaker, nearly 300 of both parties have sponsored this bill, and we hope to have many more in the final count. The House has always demonstrated a bipartisan commitment to the U.S.-Israel relationship, and today we say again, we refuse to send mixed messages when it comes to America's support for Israel. Today we demonstrate congressional support for important steps to make Israel and America more secure. Among other things, the bill encourages the President to provide additional assistance to support U.S.-Israel joint missile defense efforts such as Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow. Allocate additional weaponry and munitions to the forward-deployed U.S. stockpile located in Israel. Strengthen multilateral efforts to prevent weapons smuggling into Gaza and to protect against terrorism from the Sinai Peninsula. Expand already close intelligence cooperation between the U.S. and Israel. Protect Israel's qualitative military edge and ensure that Israel remains the preeminent military power in the region. Lobby against and veto the outrageous parade of one-sided anti-Israel resolutions at the United Nations every year. The bill also extends a long-standing loan guarantee program for Israel, recognizing its perfect record of repaying its loans on time and in full. Mr. Speaker, this could be a very hot summer in the Middle East. Egypt is likely to elect an Islamist government. While we all hope Egypt's new government keeps the peace that has held for 30 years, the future is uncertain. Syria is consumed by civil war, with a vicious dictator backed by Iran and Hezbollah murdering his own citizens, fueling sectarian tensions and giving rise to radicalism. Iran continues its decades-long effort to acquire a nuclear weapons capability. Sanctions may be hurting Iran's economy, but its leaders thus far remain wedded to pursue their dangerous goal. Iran continues to support terrorism, providing lethal support to Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Taliban. The United States and Israel share an important strategic goal: preventing Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapons capability and combating its terrorist proxies. Mr. Speaker, this bill recognizes the profound threats the U.S. and Israel face in the region and reiterates our commitment to standing side by side with Israel during this pivotal and dangerous period of transition and instability, and I urge its passage. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
Gentleman from California.